Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yotabata Kamalan Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Govika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sude Devi Prananami Hari Priyam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivajari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nama Hare Nama Heva Kevalam Kaulam Nastyeva Gattiranyataham Jaiti Namananda Rupa Murare Viramidadnirja Dharma Dhyana Pujajiyatam Katamapi Sakridatam Muktinam Praninam Yat Paramamritam Ekanam Jivanam Bhushanam Me Madhuram Madhurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Hare Nama Heva Kevalam Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Punosarari Hukto Abhinatvam Nama Naminaha Padita Pavana Nama Nistarayana Radhamaha Radha Krishna Sarupaya Chaitanyaya Namo Namaha Nama Yagya Mahayagya Kali Kalmashana Sanam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prityatam Nama Yagya Samarpanam. So we are reading from Jaiva Dharma, chapter 6. So there was an assembly of scholars, and on one side the Vaishnavas, on the other side Smarta Brahmanas. So the Smarta Brahmanas were challenging the Vaishnavas. Some of the Vaishnavas, Premdas Babaji Maharaj, so he asked Vaishnav Das, who was a great scholar, to speak to the Smarta Brahmanas. So the Brahmana scholar, he was asking different questions, and Vaishnav Das, he was giving a proper, convincing reply. So the last question was about Shraddha, faith, transcendental faith. Two kinds of Shraddha there. One is Lokik and one is Paralokik. Those in this world who have some faith in the Lord, so that is known as Lokik Shraddha. And those who are transcendently situated or situated in devotional activities, as it is sadhaka, they will have Paramatmik Shraddha. So he's asking in this regard what is meant by Tattvik Shraddha, faith in the absolute truth. And Vaishnav Das is replying, Tattvik Shraddha is pure-hearted faith in Bhagavan. It is also known as Shastriya Shraddha, because so the faith should be based, so Tattvic means on the absolute truth, and faith should be based on the scriptures, what is mentioned in the scriptures. We should see through the eyes of the scriptures. Shastra Chakshus, or Jnana Chakshu, Jnana, knowledge, the eye of knowledge. But that is usually according to Shastra, or what we have heard from the spiritual master, and what we have heard from the spiritual master, that is according to Shastra. And then in purified consciousness, then it becomes Divya Drishti, Divya Chakshus, Divya Chakshu Ratatam, Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Param Sada. You know the slok? The whole slok? Okay, good. You recite every day? Okay. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Param Sada Pashyati Suryaho Divya Chakshu Ratatam Tatve Prasu Vanjavo Jayagri Vamsa Samindade Vishnu Yat Paramam Param. So that is from Rig Veda, famous verse, and Prabhupada quoted that verse many times. And the pujaris, so they quote that verse every day. Before they go to the altar, they do watchman, and then they will chant this mantra. So Diviva Chakshu Radadam Tatti Prazi Vanjavo Jayagriya Vamsa. The Vipra, the Brahmanas, are spiritually awake. Jagrivamsa. And Diviva Chakshu, with divine eyes, Divya Drishti, with divine vision, they can see. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Param Sada Pashyanti Suryaho. So they can see the transcendental abode of the Lord. Sada, always. Just like the sun. At night time we cannot see anything. Unless the full moon is there, then we can see something. And of course nowadays they have electricity everywhere, but if there's a blackout, and just now there's no electricity, we have inverter, so the fan is going, the light is there, but the AC is not on. And we are sweating. Okay, we have to tolerate. And so many times night time, sometimes there's a full blackout, and just now on the streets there will be no light because there's no electricity. And if it is night time, then you don't see anything. Then you need a torch. Or of course you have the mobile, and there's a torch on the mobile, and you can see something. But daytime, so you can always see something, even if the clouds are there and it is raining or whatever, heavy clouds. You cannot see the sun, but the sun is there. Covered by the clouds to some extent, but still you can see very nicely everything. And you don't need the bijli, electricity, you don't need the light bulbs, you don't need your mobile torch to see anything during the day. Similarly, those who have Divya Drishti, they can see the abode of Vishnu or Krishna. The Vaishnavas, Gauriya Vaishnavas, so they will see Krishna. The Vaikuntha Bhaktas, they will see Vishnu. The Ram Bhaktas, they will see Ram. So we see Krishna. Krishna in Braj, not in Dvarka. Krishna playing the flute with a peacock feather. So we chant this mantra, and then we remember, yes, the transcendental abode. And then we can do the seva nicely. So that is Divya Drishti. And but yes, first we have to have Shraddha, faith. And that should be Paramarthik Shraddha, transcendental faith. And how we get that? The transcendental faith, how you get that? The transcendental faith? By sadhu sangha, yes. And by engaging in devotional service.
By hearing from
yeah. By hearing from sadhu, but then you have to engage in devotional service. Just to hear is not enough either. If you're hearing and the spiritual master says chant Hare Krishna, so if you're not chanting, you will not have Paramarthik Shraddha. So you have to hear, and then you have to follow the instructions of the spiritual master, and then you get Paramarthik Shraddha. Then you will have faith that yes, whatever Gurudev is saying, that is the truth. And that is mentioned in the scriptures also. And then after some time, If you continue, then you will be able to see Krishna also sometimes, and then more and more, and then the faith will grow. And then when you have full faith, then you have full realization. So that is the process. So Shraddha. Chudamani, let us admit that some people have developed faith in the Shastras, although their natures are not elevated. Are such people also eligible for bhakti? Vaishnava, Shraddha is the only cause of eligibility for bhakti. Nature is the cause of eligibility for karma, but not for bhakti. This is clearly stated in the following shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. 11th canto, 20th chapter. Krishna speaking to Arjuna. Most of the 11th canto is Krishna speaking to Uddhav, not Arjuna. So very wonderful instructions are there. So
Krishna was on the phone, he was asking what size you are wearing, so he said 32.
32? It was 32
Yes.
or 34?
32, 34. Like we can go to 34.
Yeah.
32, 34.
I think it was 34, no?
So I'll say 34.
Yeah.
We put 32.
Yeah. Yes, it was 34. Yeah. 32 is better number. 2 times 16. It's 32 rounds. So 32 is good. How many rounds you chanting?
Today?
Yeah, every day.
And then for this to last 20.
Okay, 20. Okay. Ekadashi?
It is to 25 plus
25 plus. And you? On Ekadashi, how many rounds? 32. Let's see, number 32 is good. And other days? 25. 24. Very good. Good. Both of you. So together on Ekadashi, you're chanting 64. Wonderful. That Prabhupada Sannyas Guru Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Raj, one time he told to his disciples, so how much you're chanting? And then I was saying, yes, we try to chant 32 a day, and then he was saying, very good. 32 makes 64 for the Grihastas. And brahmacharis or sannyasis have to try to chant 64.
Yes.
For the Grihastas, 32, then they have 64. So, a little later, not now, we can try. But now in Ekadashi you're doing, so you're doing 64. Nice. If you can do it, it's wonderful. Yeah. Because Prabhupada used to say double book distribution. So sometimes you can double the chanting. On Ekadashi, 16 makes 32. Yeah. So the following shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Jata shradho mat katasu nirvina sarva karmasu veda dukatmakam kaman parityagepya nishvaraha tato bhajetam amprita sadhalo drida nishchayaha Jussamanascha tankaman duko darkam sagarhayam. So that is actually the process. So the sadhus or the Vaishnavas, so when they are speaking, then they are quoting from Shastra also. So therefore it's good to know some shlokas. Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Especially the Brahmanas. Brahmana is supposed to be knowing the Shastra. Om Tad Vishnu. You know? The full mantra you know? You have to learn, huh? Okay. Then you become a good Brahmana. Now we are Kacha Brahmana. So you have to become Pakka Brahmana. Slowly but surely. And you have to sit properly. You're a young boy, 18 years old, so you have to be careful. But you have to be a little straight. Otherwise, already now sitting like this, then in 10 years like this. And you're not even 20, so you have to sit properly. Maybe you should do some exercise. You know Surya Namaskar? You can maybe do a few, that will help. If you do Surya Namaskar. and then try to sit properly. It is important for you. Yes, a Brahmana is sitting like this. Vaishya is okay. But still, for everyone it is good to sit properly as much as possible. So we have to practice also to sit properly. While chanting, sit straight. As Prabhupada also in Japa class, he used to say, sit properly. So means you have to sit properly. So sometimes we say, sit properly. And I see you many times you're sitting like this, but you should sit like this, especially in your age. And even on the scooty, you're like this.
Yes.
So, but if you sit like this now, then while riding scooty, then you can sit like this also. And while walking also. And young man, so it's good, you have a scooty and it's practical, you go here and there fast, but sometimes you should walk also.
Yeah, he never walks for a minute also.
Japa walk sometimes, you should go sometimes Japa walk. Because walking also should be there. You're walking sometimes? Not much, but you do exercise.
Yes, or like this week was different, but otherwise, like almost.
Okay, fine. So shloka, Brahmanas, they should recite some shloka. Brahmani also. Okay? Brahmani means a wife of a Brahmana. So Vaishnav should be Brahmana. And Vaishnavi. Vaishnav, Vaishnavi, Brahmana, Brahmani. So Vaishnavi and Brahmani. Okay. Right? Try to be. Okay, good. So you're learning some shlokas during Chaturmas? Okay. A sadhaka who has developed faith in narrations about me and who is disgusted with all kinds of fruitive activity may still be unable to give up material enjoyment and the desire for such enjoyment. Okay. A sadhaka who has developed faith in narrations about me and who is disgusted with all kinds of fruitive activity may still be unable to give up material enjoyment and the desire for such enjoyment. So it is not easy to give up the desire for material enjoyment, even if one is disgusted with material activities, right?
Yes.
You also have to learn to sit properly.
Kshatriya.
Kshatriya also. Kshatriya also have to be sitting properly. And sometimes some exercise is good. Yeah. So that is there. It is not easy to give up the desire for material enjoyment. But at least you should try. And then we have to tolerate our position. What to do? We try, but if we cannot do, still. Even externally, like mentioned here, a sadhaka may be disgusted with all kinds of fruitive activity. So even we try not to be engaged in sense enjoyment, but still the desire may be there. For that to be completely eradicated, so it may take some time. Even one may be chanting Hare Krishna, one may be engaged in devotional activities. But to become completely pure, it is not so easy. It will take some time. Even on platform of Nishta. So, and even Ruchi. Even Nishta there's a little more, but Ruchi is less, but still something is there. So that we have to be aware of. Yeah, so some fresh air. Yeah, okay, open because it's a little hot. So yeah, humid. And then some noises there, what to do. But we hope they turn it off soon and the electricity comes back. Because first the electricity has to come back and then they will turn it off. Anyhow, so tapasya has to be there in life. Knowing that such so-called pleasures are actually sources of misery, he should condemn himself while attempting to enjoy them. Thereafter, in due course of time, he may be able to worship me with love, faith and fixed determination. Proktena bhakti yogena bhajato matsakrin muneh kama hridaya nashyanti sarve mae hridistideh vidyate hridaya krantis chidyante sarva samsaya Chiyante chasya karmani maya drishte akilatmani. When the sadhaka constantly worships me by the method of bhakti yoga that I have described, I come and sit in his heart. So Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. When the sadhaka constantly worships me by the method of bhakti yoga that I have described, I come and sit in his heart. So Krishna will come and sit in our heart. And then we can see him. Of course, ultimately Krishna is always there in our heart. But because the consciousness is not pure, therefore we cannot see him. But if you engage in bhakti yoga and devotional activities, then Krishna will manifest himself in the heart. And so, and then when the anarthas go away, and so like anartha stage is like just like in the winter, sometimes you see it becomes foggy. Fog is there, and then you cannot see nicely. Even sometimes you cannot even see 2 meters in the winter when the fog is there. So in Nata Nivrita, the consciousness is a kind of foggy, and so we cannot see the things as they are. But then later on in Nishta, Ruchi, the consciousness becomes slowly but surely clear. As soon as I am established there, all material desires and samskars, the impressions on which the material desires are based, are destroyed. When the sadhaka directly sees me as Paramatma situated in the hearts of all living entities, the knot of the false ego in his heart is pierced. All of his doubts are cut to pieces and his desires for fruitive activities are completely eradicated. So, Krishna is speaking to Uddhava that the sadhaka directly sees me as Paramatma situated in the heart. But as devotees, of course, so then Paramatma is there, but is more in the background. The devotee who wants to see Krishna in Braj, he will see Krishna in Braj, not the Paramatma. But the ordinary devotees who are worshipping Vishnu, then they may see Paramatma, who is Vishnu, four-arm form. So when you chant, what do you see? Paramatma or Krishna? You see Krishna?
I'm trying to see.
Oh, you try to see Krishna, okay. Paramatma, you try to see him also? Huh? You want to see Paramatma also?
I first it will come, I know.
First he will come, why?
Paramatma realization, then Bhagavan realization.
No, but in bhakti, when you do bhakti for Krishna, then Paramatma is always in the back. And Krishna is there in the front. That is there. So, we're not desiring to see Paramatma, we're desiring to see Krishna in Braj, playing the flute. Beautiful Krishna in Braj. Yeah, it's an expansion of Krishna and he's beautiful also. Very beautiful also, Vishnu.
Yes, with 4 hands.
Yeah, 4 hands and also yellow dhoti and chamrang, also blackish blue. You saw? What you saw?
In this movie.
Oh, no, you sing now. You saw Vishnu. Okay, so now you remember him Vishnu more.
You went to the movie.
Yeah, wow. Okay, yeah.
Tomorrow you are not going.
I'm not going tomorrow.
When are you going?
No, my wife was interested, but the thing is my back.
Yes. And you cannot sit here.
To sit for 2 hours and going by car 1 hour and then coming back, you will be sitting for 4 hours. No.
Yes. 2 hours 11 minutes is the movie.
Yeah, so I will be uncomfortable sitting for so long. And the seats are not as good as this one, right?
But in Bombay or like in Delhi,
Yeah.
they have the red lounge and things
Yeah.
like that.
But we are not going to Delhi.
No, we are
or
not going to Delhi.
Already we are not so interested in going to the cinema hall, but for Nishingavatar, if your health is good, it's okay. If you are young and it's okay, you can go. You went also? You saw? Was good? You liked it? Ecstasy? Something? No? No ecstasy. Was okay, but you liked it, okay. Yeah, no ecstasy, because Nishingadev is nice, but we want to see Krishna. Then we are in ecstasy. So we're waiting for a film and they will show Krishna.
Fighting.
Yeah. So we want to see Krishna playing with his as a slave.
Not fighting.
Even we have for the kids, you have this small Krishna, which is there, which baby, small Krishna is there.
It's okay.
I mean, that is okay. Yeah. And I also sometimes saw, because they're showing small Krishna.
Little Krishna.
Little Krishna, yeah. It is cute, interesting. One is there with his friends or Radharani. But there's a lot of fighting also there, killing the demons. And almost too much, I feel. For the children, of course they want some action, but it's like, because one time I watched and I thought there's a lot of fighting there. And then also the fighting scene were a kind of exaggerated. So, so when I was thinking is maybe for the children is okay. Little Krishna is nice, but the fighting should be maybe a little more simple and not too much exaggerated and not too much prolonged.
You have to wait till you see the fighting scene in
Nrsimha.
Oh, then you will
use of
And there's like everything, the intestines as a garment.
like nursing there is like with one hand like the bow and arrow, and one hand like is just taking out intestines like.
So how many arms he had?
like 8-10 arms, no? 8 arms.
8 arms, okay. Nishingadev Bhagavan ki
Jai.
Radha Shyama Sundar ki
Jai.
Sachinandana Gaurari ki.
Jai.
So yeah, we prefer to see Krishna than Paramatma or Nishingadev. But in difficulty we may call out to Nishingadev. Therefore Prabhupada gave us also this mantra, Namaste Narishingaya, Pralada Lada Dayame, and so on. Tavakara Kamala Vadena Kamadbhuta Sringam from Jaidev Goswami's Gita Govind. So for protection sometimes we call out to Nishingadev. And also to remove the anarthas in the heart. And therefore, and Jaidev Goswami in Gita Govind, which is about Radha Krishna's pastimes, the loving sentiments of Srimati Radharani are wonderful different kinds of emotions which are there. But then he put in the Mangalacharan invocation verses, of course also giving the invocation verse and glorifying Radha Krishna and showing their wonderful loving exchange. But then the Dasavatara mentioned there in the Gita Govinda, in the Mangalacharan, which is recited in Orissa. So, which is there when one is reciting the Gita Govinda, and one will first chant the Dasavatara Stotra. And therefore, usually the Oriya Bhaktas, they chant every day the Dasavatara Stotram. And that is there to purify the heart, to purify the consciousness, and also to eradicate the anarthas which may be there, or even the effects of the planets which may be there. According to astrology, the Navagraha there, 9 planets. And so the 9 of the avatars, except Kalki, they're in charge of the different planets. And so if we so in order to eradicate the difficulties which may be there, according to horoscope, due to the planets, if we chant the Dasavatara Stotram, and then because they are the lords of the Navagrahas, the 9 planets, then the difficulty may be eradicated by doing this. And one can properly engage in devotional service, and then one can worship Krishna and Braj Bhav. So one verse, and then 2 more verses from 11th canto. Yad karma bhiryat tapasa jnana vairagyatas chayat yogena danat thaka dharmena sheyo bir ittarairapi sarvam madbhakta yogena madbhakta labate agyasa Svarga pavargam madhama katanchidya divanchati Whatever results are obtained with great difficulty through fruitive activities, austerity, knowledge, renunciation, practice of yoga, charity, religious duties, and all other auspicious types of sadhana, are easily obtained by my bhaktas through the power of bhakti yoga. Although my bhaktas are free from all ambition, they could easily obtain promotion to the celestial planets, or attain liberation or residence in Vaikuntha if they at all desired such things. So this is the systematic development of bhakti yoga that arises from Shraddha. So different persons are engaged in spiritual pursuit, and so they may do austerity, they may try to gain knowledge, they try to be renounced. Yoga, they may do yoga, or they may give charity also in order to advance in spiritual life. And they will advance to a certain extent. But by directly engaging in devotional service under the guidance of the spiritual master, performing bhakti yoga, then one can more rapidly advance. And then automatically one will get some knowledge also, and one may become renounced from this material world, slowly but surely. So Vairagya Vida Nija Bhakti Yoga Sikshatamika Purusha Purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shariardari. What is it? Do you know the slok? You? No? Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Sikshatamika Purusha Purana Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shariardari. Yastam Aham Prapadye. Last line. Forgot. Vairagya Vida Nija Bhakti Yoga Shikshatam. So in order to teach about bhakti, so Mahaprabhu has also given transcendental knowledge, jnana, and he also recommended vairagya, we should become detached from this world. But the main thing is bhakti. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shariardhari. So he has come, the Supreme Lord has come in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yastam, what is it the last time? Yastam aham prapadye. So I surrender to him. So bhakti by itself, so that will help us at the same time. So we have to also get transcendental knowledge, and we have to try also to do some tapasya. That is also important. So that is mentioned. And then he's saying this is the systematic development of bhakti yoga that arises from Shraddha. So we must have faith, and then we engage in bhakti yoga, and then our faith becomes more mature, and then we can advance more. So that is a process. And then Churamani, what if I don't accept the authority of Srimad Bhagavatam? Vaishnav Das, this is the conclusion of all the Shastras. If you don't accept the Bhagavatam, you will be troubled by other Shastras. There's no need for me to quote many different Shastras. You may simply consider what is said in the Bhagavad Gita, which is accepted by the adherents of all philosophical systems. In fact, all instructions are present in the Gita shloka that you have uttered when you first arrived here in Bhagavad Gita. Api chet suduracharo bhajatya mamananyabhak sadhureva samantavya sambhyak vyavahita sihisaha. You know this verse? Okay. When one has no object of devotion other than me, and his faith is exclusively fixed in me, he remains absorbed in worshipping me by hearing Harikatha and chanting Harinam. Such a person has adopted the path of sadhus and should therefore be considered a sadhu, even if he behaves in opposition to the path of karma due to an abominable and depraved nature. So, Ananya Bhak, Mam Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhak. So one has to worship Krishna, and here specifically as mentioned, therefore we should read the scriptures or hear the scriptures in the association of the devotees who are experienced, the sadhu. Because if you just say bhajante mamanyandya bhak, so worshipping Krishna, so one may be just thinking, I'll just do some worship for Krishna, offering some incense and some flowers, ghee lamp, and then I may advance, and that is bhakti. But in the age of Kali, bhakti starts actually by hearing Harikatha, by chanting the holy names, the Maha Mantra. But then deity worship is also there. So, but then if due to previous impressions, so one is engaged in some activity which is not proper, sudurachar, but if one is continuing to engage in devotional service, then he should still be considered saintly. The purport is that the system of Vana Ashram that belongs to Karma Kanda is one type of path. The process of knowledge and renunciation that belongs to Jnana Kanda is a second type of path. And faith in Harikatha and Harinam that develops in Satsang is a third type of path. Sometimes these three paths are taken together as a single yoga system, identified either as Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga, and sometimes they are practiced as separate systems. The practitioners of these different systems are known as Karma Yogis, Jnana Yogis, and Bhakti Yogis. Amongst all of these, the Bhakti Yogis are the best because Bhakti Yoga is endowed with unlimited auspiciousness and is unparalleled in its supremacy. This conclusion is supported in the statement of the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter. Which was the last one of the 6th chapter? Yoginam Sadavam. Okay, what is the meaning? Amongst the yogis, yes. Madgaten Antaratma, one who is meditating on me. Sadavan, with faith. Bhajate. So, Yomam Same Yukta Tamo Mataha. Yukta Tamo means is the best of all the yogis, because in the 6th chapter is explaining about the yogis also. We're doing Ashtanga Yoga, and before he had explained about Jnana Yoga, about Karma Yoga. So amongst all of them, the Bhakta, who is doing Bhakti Yoga, is the foremost. You all doing Bhakti Yoga? You're trying? So you're the foremost yogis. Nice, good. But you have to sit properly. Yogis are sitting properly. Okay. The Gita further explains, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma, Shachvachantim nigacchati, Kantya prajidanihi, Name bhakta pranashyati, Mami patavya prashritya, Yepi shupapayonaya, Astriya vaishastada sudraste piyanti param gatim. So that is also important, that even if one is doing something wrong, but if he is constantly engaged in devotional service, then he becomes purified. And Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. So dharmatma means a great soul who is following dharma. So quickly he becomes shashvat, properly situated, and chantim, he gets peace. And then kaunteya prachidanihi name bhakta pranashiti. So what is he saying? That actually, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you proclaim it, that this devotee is never vanquished. So through Arjuna, so Krishna is proclaiming. And then he's saying, so anyone who is taking care or who is engaged in devotional service, even those who are papayonaya, who are from a sinful background, antyaja as explained before, outcasts, but if they take the devotional service, they can also attain me. And then also women, Vaishyas and Shudras were considered inferior than the Kshatriyas or the Brahmanas. It is essential that you clearly understand the purport of the shloka, Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma. Faithful people who have adopted the path of Ananya Bhakti, exclusive devotion, are quickly purified of all faults in their nature and behavior. Dharma surely follows wherever there is bhakti, because Bhagavan is the root of all dharma and is easily conquered by bhakti. So, that is also explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the sixth canto, that the Supreme Lord is actually establishing Dharma, and so it's the root cause of Dharma. And so he comes, as mentioned also in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dharma samstapanataya, paritranaya saranam vinasya chaduskritam, Dharma samstapanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. I come to protect the devotees, annihilate the demons like Hiranyakashipu, and then establish Dharma. So I come regularly. So in the age of Kali, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to establish the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the holy names. And he came as a devotee, and he himself was chanting the holy names. To teach by example. As soon as Bhagavan is established in the heart, Maya, who binds the jivas in illusion, is immediately dissipated. So when Krishna is in the heart, then there is no Maya. If Krishna is not in the heart, then Maya is there. So, and then for the pure devotee, if Krishna is not there, then he will cry. Cry till Krishna appears. So there is no need of any other method of sadhana. Dharma appears as soon as one becomes a bhakta and makes the bhakta's heart virtuous. The moment one's desires for mundane sense enjoyment, the moment one's desires for mundane sense enjoyment have dissipated, peace pervades the heart. That is why Sri Krishna promises, my bhakta will never perish. And actually when the devotee is becoming pure and is situated in his original position and he attains perfection, Surup Siddhi, and he sees himself as an associate of the Lord, his relationship with the Lord is realized, so then he is constantly situated there. So that is also mentioned in the Bhagavatam. So Shlok is there, I forgot now also. And then in this position, so he's always aware of his relationship with Krishna, and that is the real ego is there, and then there's no more false ego, and the material mind will not be there, material intelligence will not be there, then spiritual intelligence will be there, spiritual mind will be there. So, but that is only possible in the highest stage, when one is completely pure and realized, and then the external energy will not be bothering the sadhaka, or who has then become siddha. The karmis and jnanis may fall prey to bad association in the course of practicing the sadhana, because they are independent, but the bhaktas do not fall down, because the influence of Bhagavan's presence saves them from bad association. Of course, we see that sometimes even the bhaktas they sometimes fall down also. But then Krishna is helping them and they may be rectified. So that we have to understand, and then we can practically see. And then we hear also, oh, this devotee fell down, that devotee fell down. So there may be Kanishta, there may be Madhyamadikari also, who sometimes may fall down due to bad association as mentioned here. So not only the Jnanis and the Karmis, but even Bhaktas sometimes, due to bad association or improper association, so then one may fall down, like a sannyasi. So he's supposed to not to be too close to the ladies, right? As even if he's preaching, but he has to be careful. Otherwise sometimes he may become bewildered, and then he may fall down from the platform of a sannyasi. And that we have heard and seen many times. So, and there may be even Madhyamadikari, so one has to be careful. We know about Bharat Maharaj, so he was actually Uttamadikari, in the beginning stage of Uttam Bhakti. So he became attached out of compassion. He wanted to help a small deer. So he helped the deer, but he became attached to the deer. And then he neglected his seva, because the deer is very cute, the small deer. You have seen small deer? Yeah. Or a small doggy, puppy, very cute, right? Yeah, monkey is not so cute. Small monkey? No. Yeah, they're also cute, but the face and whatever. Yeah. Monkeys, you like the monkeys? Of course, they're also jivas, ultimately, so we like everyone, but some are more beautiful than others. So, yeah, the puppies, the small puppies, yeah, or the calves, small elephants, or small cats also, meow, meow. So they are cute, but the small monkey, oh, of course, a little bit cute, but not as cute. If you have a small snake, no, not so cute. I was just seeing, somehow a video came, and they're saying, be careful of the cauliflower. Now sometimes small snakes are in there, and they're leaving the poison there. So you have to wash the cauliflower nicely for the ladies in the kitchen. But do you ever saw a small snake? Sometimes you see worms. In the gobi.
Snake, I think.
No, in the full gobi, not pata gobi.
So green.
Full. Yeah, these are small ones.
They're not snake.
But they were showing a video of a small snake.
Cabbage.
Now full gobi.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
They make AI videos also.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, today you'll not be able to find out.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Tomorrow you might see my video saying something and
yeah.
that is not me.
Yeah, and it's not you.
Yes.
That may be there. So we have to be careful,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
This is happening.
But Bhakti today is genuine?
Yes.
Okay. Today I was somehow, Bhakti today came. I just saw I saw something. Nice. Anyhow, good. I hope it was you.
Yes.
Something about somebody from, what was it? Some Habib from
Habibi. Yeah,
Habibi.
that
That was you, huh? That was true, it was you? Okay, it was not fake? Okay. Okay, so. Okay.
She made one video. Like, just a short video. Like,
That money can't buy
basically
happiness.
everyone is these days claiming that money can buy happiness.
So-
Come to Dubai. You will see that money is
That's
buying
Habibis.
happiness. So they say it was a Habibi.
Okay, let me say, where are we here? So yes, yes, the karmis and the jnanis, they may fall down, but usually the bhaktas, they do not fall down. If they are really nicely engaged in bhakti, then they are protected. But in the beginning stage, sometimes it may happen, so one has to be careful. The bhakta has the supreme destination in his grasp. Whether it takes birth in a sinful family or in the home of a brahmana, just speak to him. Churamani, look here, the provision found in our shastras for determining caused by birth seems to me to be superior. Well, in 5 minutes we'll be finished. One who is taking birth in the Brahmana family comes to the platform of knowledge by regular practice of Sandhya Vandana, and he is destined to obtain liberation. I cannot understand how Shraddha develops. Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam explain that bhakti arises from Shraddha. But I would like to know clearly what the jiva should do to attain this Shraddha. Vaishnava Shraddha is a jiva's nitya swabhav, eternal nature. So it is natural to have faith. Therefore you can see also that even somebody who is not a devotee has some faith. He may have faith in the government, what the government is saying, right? What the scientists are saying, what the different people are saying on the internet. They have faith that it is true what they are saying. So it is natural to have faith for any jiva, but we should have a proper faith, that is faith in Bhagavan. So, so Shraddha is a jiva's nitya swabhav, eternal nature. But faith in the performance of varnashram duties does not arise from this eternal nature. Rather, it arises from naimittika swabhav, the circumstantial or temporary nature. It is said in the Chandogya Upanishad. So if one is a Brahmana, so he has faith in Varna ashram, but that is not swabhavik faith. That is because he's a Brahmana, so he had faith in Varna ashram. So that there is naimittik swabhav, circumstantial, temporary. Yadavai shadadyat tattamanute, na shadadhan manute. Shadadhat eva manute, shadhatveva vijigyasitavyeti, shadham bhagavo vijigyasa iti. Sanat Kumar said, when a person develops Shraddha, he can think about the subject and understand it, whereas one cannot do so without Shraddha. Indeed, only a person who has Shraddha can reflect upon anything. Therefore, you must inquire very specifically about Shraddha. Narad said, O Master, I particularly wish to know about this Shraddha. So we should find out about this Shraddha. So something has been explained, more will be explained in the next class, in the next pages. Hare Krishna. Jai.